Port Charles is no stranger to heartbreak, loss, and jaw-dropping revelations, but what's coming next will leave viewers gasping. As General Hospital fans reel from one shocking turn after another, the latest bombshell promises to change the very fabric of the canvas. Drew Cain is leaving town. And it's not just any departure. This is a painful, heroic, and deeply emotional ending that will not only mark the exit of Cameron Mathison but also reshape the destinies of several beloved characters. Cameron Mathison, who stepped into the role of Drew Cain in 2021, brought a unique blend of strength, warmth, and determination to the character. But now, sources confirm that his time in Port Charles is drawing to a close. The journey to Drew's final moments will be one of sacrifice, betrayal, emotional reckoning, and ultimately, redemption. Let's break down the explosive storyline that leads to Drew's painful farewell. When viewers last saw Drew, he was entangled in several high-stakes dramas, grappling with his strained relationship with Carly, tension with Jason Morgan over Scout and the past, and secret business dealings that crossed paths with international threats. What no one realized is that Drew was already walking into a trap. It all begins with a mission, a covert operation meant to dismantle the remnants of pikemen and a dangerous alliance forming behind the scenes. Unbeknownst to most of Port Charles, Drew had been working with the WSB on a classified assignment. With intel suggesting that the criminal syndicate had infiltrated both government channels and private corporations, Drew's unique experience as a Navy SEAL made him the perfect inside man. But Drew's decision to go back into the field would be a costly one. Jason warned him. Carly begged him not to go. But Drew, ever the protector, felt a moral obligation to stop the terror that was brewing. His final words to Carly before disappearing were chilling. "If I don't come back, just tell Scout I did this for her future." As Drew vanishes into the shadows, Carly spirals. For months, she's been stuck between Jason and Drew, never fully reconciling her feelings for either. She'd recently tried to rebuild her relationship with Drew, but they both knew the past couldn't be undone, especially with Jason back. Now, Carly blames herself. She pushed him to stay in Port Charles, to fight for his family, to be present. And yet, her inability to give him her full heart may have been the final reason Drew agreed to take the mission in the first place. Michael, feeling abandoned again, lashes out. He left like Dad. Like Jason. Everyone who loves us leaves. It leads to a heartbreaking confrontation with Carly, as Michael accuses her of choosing the men in her life over their family every single time. Even Willow, still reeling from her own health battles, finds herself pulled into the emotional vortex. She comforts Scout in Drew's absence, slowly becoming the anchor the little girl needs, a decision that will have unexpected consequences. Weeks later, Drew returns to Port Charles. But he's not the same. Scarred, quiet, and distant, Drew arrives at Carly's doorstep with a haunted look. He refuses to talk about what happened overseas. Sonny offers his help. Even Jason steps in, but Drew pushes everyone away. Then the truth unravels.
Drew was betrayed.
The mission was compromised by someone in the WSB, and that someone has ties to Port Charles. Drew has been marked for death, and anyone who helps him is in danger. As he reveals the conspiracy, he drops one name that shocks everyone: Valentine Cassadine. Valentine, long presumed to be on a path of redemption, is implicated in selling intelligence to pikemen. Though Valentine denies it, the evidence is compelling. Anna is torn. Jason goes into protective mode. Carly demands justice. But Drew? Drew wants revenge. For the first time, Drew becomes unrecognizable. No longer the moral compass, he begins orchestrating plans in the shadows, blackmailing WSB officials, confronting Valentine with threats, and making side deals with unsavory characters to protect Scout from the fallout. Cameron Mathison delivers one of his most powerful performances as Drew Cain slowly transforms from hero to anti-hero, a man consumed by grief, betrayal, and a thirst for justice. He pushes away Carly. He refuses to see Scout. He works in secret, preparing for something he won't explain. At one point, Brooklyn visits him, hoping to offer insight into Valentine's recent behavior. What she finds instead is a man ready to burn everything down. I already died out there, Drew tells her coldly. Now I'm just tying up loose ends. Drew discovers that a bomb is set to detonate at a WSB summit in Brussels, a meeting that Anna, Jason, and several world leaders will be attending. The device is Pikeman's last weapon, and no one knows where it's hidden. Drew intercepts a lead, goes rogue, and vanishes once more. Carly, now realizing what he intends to do, pleads with Jason to stop him. But Jason can't.
Because he understands.
The final scenes before the climax are devastating. Drew sends a video to Scout, a message explaining who he is, why he made his choices, and why love is worth fighting for. He tells her she has a warrior's heart, just like him. The video ends with, "Be better than me." In a war-ravaged cathedral in Belgium, Drew locates the bomb. He's wounded, bleeding, and barely alive. He calls Jason, giving him one last clue to identify the traitor within the WSB. Jason tries to convince him to wait. Backup is coming. But Drew makes the ultimate decision. He disables the bomb, manually, sacrificing himself to save hundreds. The explosion rocks the summit, but causes no casualties. News spreads across the globe that a mystery operative stopped the attack. Only those closest to Drew know the truth. Carly breaks down at Kelly's. Jason punches a wall in Anna's office. Scout clutches the last photo she took with her dad. Chapter 7. Goodbye, Cameron Mathison. Back in Port Charles, a quiet memorial is held. There's no body, no grave, only a flag and the stories shared by those who loved him. Sam, once his anchor, sobs openly. Willow reads Drew's final letter aloud. Michael apologizes to his mother, telling her, "He was a better man than we deserved." Carly finally forgives herself, whispering in the empty breeze, "I loved you, Drew. I always did. I just never said it loud enough." At the close of the episode, viewers see one final scene. Deep in a safe house somewhere in the Alps, a man with scars sits in the shadows. We never see his face, but a familiar dog tag reads, "Kane. Is Drew truly dead? Or is this just the beginning of another chapter?" For now, General Hospital confirms that Cameron Mathison has exited the role. In an emotional statement to fans, he shared, "Being a part of GH and playing Drew Kane has been an incredible honor. The writers gave me a beautiful, heartbreaking, and inspiring journey to close this chapter. I'm grateful to the fans who welcomed me into this world. I'll miss it, but who knows what the future holds." The aftermath, a ripple effect in Port Charles. Drew's departure leaves a massive void, not just emotionally, but in storylines that will extend for months. 1. Carly's journey forward. Carly will now be at a crossroads. After losing Drew and still navigating a complicated dynamic with Jason, she has to redefine who she is without either man. Will she go back to her independent, fierce roots? Or will this loss send her spiraling again? 2. Jason's promise. Jason takes up the torch to protect Scout, vowing to be present in a way he never was for Jake or Danny. This marks a major shift in Jason's arc, from hitman to family man. 3. Scout and Sam. Sam steps into a major emotional arc as she helps Scout navigate grief. But this will also ignite something inside Sam, a mission to find out the full truth of what happened to Drew. And that means tension with Jason and possibly Valentine is inevitable. 4. Valentine's reckoning. Valentine's alleged betrayal doesn't go unanswered. Anna opens an internal investigation. Brooklyn spies on her own father. Charlotte returns to defend him, but she may discover a truth even she can't ignore. Drew's death may have stopped the bomb, but the traitor within the WSB is still out there. Rumors swirl that a new villain, known only as Cobalt, is connected to the deeper conspiracy. Could this be the new long-term threat for GH? In conclusion, Cameron Mathison's departure from General Hospital is both an ending and a beginning. His final arc as Drew Kane was tragic, layered, and unforgettable. It reminded fans why they fell in love with the character and gave the actor one of the richest storylines in recent GH history. Whether or not Drew returns down the road, his legacy will echo through Port Charles for years to come. And as the dust settles, one thing becomes clear. General Hospital has once again proven that even in loss, there's beauty, power, and storytelling magic.